Tonight at 9, protesters filled the Muncie Village this weekend to make their voices heard.
And why thousands of flags have decorated the center and pathways of Minnetrista.
King Charles III gives his first speech as monarch, how he plans to rule.
President Biden gave his cancer moonshot speech today, what goal he wants to push for.
And I'm tracking a warm-up for the rest of the week, but I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching Newslink, Indiana.
Good evening, thanks for being with us. I'm Josh Hoover.
And I'm Blythe Miller. And Josh, we experienced some chilly weather today, did we not?
You know, we certainly did. It was misty and just kind of yucky out altogether. Now, Oliver, do you expect our weather to improve this weekend?
Well, those fall temperatures aren't going to stick around for too much longer, but currently we're sitting at about 61 degrees here in Muncie, 62 degrees in Indianapolis, almost 70 degrees down here in Evansville and St. Louis, but in the upper 50s in the northern parts of the state. Looking at our current radar, we are seeing some passing showers move through our area, and we're most likely going to be seeing those continue as we make our way into tomorrow morning. But looking at the rest of the week, we should be seeing some sunny and dry conditions, as well as warmer temperatures creeping back into the area. And for our family weekend this Friday and Saturday, we are definitely going to be seeing some stellar conditions. I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Thank you, Oliver. The Exchange Club of Muncie hosts their Flags of Honor event every year.
This time, Newslink Indiana's Tegan O'Mara went to experience the Sea of Flags.
Minnetrista is known for art and entertainment, but last week it looked a little different. Decorated with thousands of red, white, and blue flags, all to remember one thing: service. Serving as a 9/11 memorial and fundraiser event, the Exchange Club of Muncie partnered with Minnetrista Museum and Gardens 11 years ago to inspire change and help the Muncie community. President and CEO of Minnetrista Museum and Gardens, Betty Brewer, gives insight on how the Flags of Honor event was born.
One of their members set up an appointment to speak with me and a couple of other of my leadership team to bring this idea, the concept of the Flags of Honor, which she had seen elsewhere in the country. And we were like, we don't understand what you're talking about. So we had a couple of really good conversations about that to really understand what it was all about. We Googled it, did all those things, and said, this is cool.
The immediate past president of the Exchange Club and closing ceremony coordinator, Dr. Jeff Hevelon, explains their motive for the event.
Our main goal for this project is to honor those who serve and protect America. That is the military, past and present, and the future, but also first responders. But also this acts as a fundraiser.
Community members can purchase a ribbon for $30 throughout the week and display it on a flag to honor loved ones.
Our motto is to make Muncie a better place in which to live. And so we will donate to those organizations in our community that we feel portrays these things that we want to do in our community.
The Exchange Club will donate to organizations like Prevent Child Abuse of Delaware County, the Delaware County Affairs Office, and Firefly Kids Bureau.
Americanism, community service, prevention of child abuse, and opportunities for youth. So those are the things that we support with our donations, with our activities, and with our heart.
In Muncie, Tegan O'Mara, Newslink, Indiana.
The Exchange Club of Muncie hosts meetings every Thursday from 11:30 to 1 at the Knights of Columbus building. For more information on this story, visit ballstatedaily.com.
Property! People over profit! People over property!
Past and current tenants of BSU Rentals and Middletown Properties expressed their concern about the living conditions in their homes. They rallied outside of the leasing office Saturday in an effort to bring awareness to the homes being rented out in the city. The tenants shared stories and plan on going to the city council meeting tonight to bring this to city leaders, not making this the only time to raise their voices.
I think that it was a no-brainer for us to come out and try to just put it together because everyone was putting petitions together themselves, but we need to officialize it and we need to make sure all the voices are heard. So that's why I think it was really important.
Newslink Indiana reached out to BSU Rentals several times for comment, but have not received a response.
Moving internationally, King Charles III gave his first speech as monarch to Parliament today. In his speech, the new king promised to continue the Queen's dedicated service to her people. He also said he feels the weight of history in his new role. Before his speech, the king received condolences from British lawmakers. King Charles will now start a four-nation tour of the United Kingdom. Queen Elizabeth was 96 years old when she passed away last Thursday, and was the longest-serving monarch in British history.
The White House shared more details about President Biden's plans for Queen Elizabeth's funeral. The Biden administration discussed the invitation process after the public learned the first couple would be attending the funeral without a delegation. Many wondered which presidents could be invited to attend Queen Elizabeth's September 19th funeral. The Queen met 13 of the last 14 presidents, including all of the currently living U.S. heads of state. The White House says President Biden will still attend the United Nations General Assembly in New York next week, even though it aligns with his upcoming London trip.
President Joe Biden also gave a speech today with a big goal: cut cancer deaths in half over the next 25 years. It's called the Cancer Moonshot Initiative. The speech compared the push to land on the moon and Biden's own quote, "Vision for another American moonshot, a future where we end cancer as we know it." The quote Cancer Cabinet has laid out 5 key priorities, including closing the screening gap and supporting patients and caregivers. Cancer is now the second highest cause of death in the country.
U.S. consumers are expecting inflation to fall sharply. That's according to a new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Numbers dropped for both 1 and year 3 inflation expectations. This as gas prices continue to fall, national average of $3.71 per gallon from a peak of more than $5 in June. The Consumer Price Index comes out tomorrow, followed by the Producer Price Index on Wednesday. All 3 will be discussed by the Federal Reserve later this month, as it weighs yet another interest rate hike to help inflation.
The United States labor force is still about 1% below its February 2020 level, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And now, data suggests the COVID-19 pandemic is one of the main reasons for the ongoing labor shortage. It shows that Americans getting sick with COVID made the labor force decrease by 500,000 people. Researchers found that, after calling out sick from work, workers were much less likely to return to the labor force.
UPS is now looking to hire more than 100,000 people to work over the holidays. About 80% of the positions that need to be filled out do not even require an interview. The company is also rolling out a new online application system to make the hiring process easier. UPS says the application process only takes about 25 minutes to finish, and new hires have a good chance of making it a career. Last year, nearly 35,000 seasonal employees landed permanent positions after the holidays.
Coming up, Ford is recalling thousands of their most popular SUVs. Find out what's causing the issue in moments.
And a new update could change the way you text your friends. We'll tell you how after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. A new study suggests a powerful anesthetic could also help fight symptoms of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. That information is from a limited study on ketamine published today.
Researchers studied 424 people with treatment-resistant depression who were given ketamine at 3 private ketamine infusion clinics. According to the study, half of the patients who had suicidal thoughts went in remission after 6 weeks. 20% of patients also saw their symptoms of depression decline, and a 30% decrease in anxiety symptoms was reported as well. Ketamine is used in hospitals as an anesthetic or illegally as a recreational drug. Researchers say the FDA has not approved it to treat depression or suicidal thoughts, and scientists on this study did not look into possible side effects of the treatment.
In consumer news, Ford is recalling 2 of its most popular SUVs. The automaker recalled 200,000 Ford Expeditions and Lincoln Navigators after learning their heating and cooling fan motors can catch fire. The specific models being recalled were built between 2015 and 2017. So far, the company has received reports of 25 fires. 12 of those caused extensive damage to the vehicles. Ford will begin reaching out to owners today. They are asking customers to bring those vehicles back for free repairs.
Visa, MasterCard, and American Express will add a new merchant category for firearms retailers. This comes after pressing the financial industry to do more to help curb mass shootings. The new category was approved by a group that sets industry standards. Until now, gun shops were categorized as specialty or durable goods sellers. This code is for businesses that primarily sell firearms. The card networks say they will implement this while supporting lawful purchases and protecting consumer privacy.
Apple's latest software update, iOS 16, is available today. The new update focuses on changes that Apple users have been waiting for, such as the ability to edit and even unsend recently sent messages, and even mark them as unread so you can come back to them later. Another large change gives the user the ability to create their own interactive lock screen that switches out during the day automatically. The new lock screen can be customized with new fonts, photo effects, widgets, and personalized wallpapers. In the photo editor, you can cut out a subject from a photo and drop it elsewhere, such as into an iMessage. The new update will only be available for the iPhone 8 and newer versions of the phones.
Disney turns 100 next year, and fans can expect new and exciting celebrations at all of the Disney parks. The festivities were announced at the D23 conference. For the anniversary, Mickey, Minnie, and their friends will sport new looks. A Moana-inspired experience at Epcot called Journey of Water is set to open there in late 2023. At California Adventure, a new multiverse-centered attraction will allow guests to fight alongside the adventures next year. Plus, 2 new nighttime fireworks shows will debut, Wondrous Journeys at Disneyland Resort and World of Color 1 at Disney California Adventure Park.
And while you can see the Disney fireworks soon, take a look at this now. For over 5 years, astrophysicists have been waiting to see this picture of the Orion Nebula. The James Webb Space Telescope was used to take the photo with its ability to detect infrared light, allowing scientists to see through the thick layers of dust, which usually cover its deeper areas. Scientists all over the world say that the information provided from the image will allow them to better understand how massive stars are able to transform gas and dust clouds during their formation. And now transitioning back down to Earth, Oliver, what can we expect from the weather?
Well, we are expecting to see some warmer temperatures as we make our way through this week, but I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father.
Cosplayer.
Mentor.
Actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. You're taking a live look outside at Cooper Science Building. Now, the weather today has certainly not been very pleasant.
I'm honestly not a fan. Oliver, what can we expect for the weather?
Well, we are going to be seeing some warmer temperatures continue as we make our way into this week. But looking at the current temperatures, we're staying at 60 degrees here in Muncie, 62 degrees in Indianapolis, and generally in the lower 60s to upper 50s around the state. Looking at the current radar, or actually looking at today's almanac, again, we were chillier than we were expecting. Usually we are sitting around 80 degrees for the high on average, but today the high in Muncie was only 66 degrees, a far cry from the recorded high at 96 degrees, and that record was set in 1897. Now looking at the current radar, we are seeing some scattered showers make their way through the area, and that is due to a large low pressure system up here north of Chicago in the Lake Michigan area. We can see a little bit of circular motion, and that's going to keep bringing bands of precipitation into the area as we make our way through tonight. Tonight, again, looking at scattered showers, low at 54 degrees, winds coming from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and those scattered showers are going to continue as we make our way into tomorrow morning. But once we get into the afternoon hours, we should not be seeing too much besides some cloudy skies. Looking here at noon, 65 degrees for the temperature, and again, not too much rain, just mostly cloudy skies. Those cloud is going to clear up as we make our way into the later afternoon hours, and by 5 p.m. we should be reaching our high of about 72 degrees. Looking at tomorrow night, temperatures are going to cool back down with that low of 52 degrees, but these skies are going to stay partly clear with that wind coming calmly from the west. Now looking at the precision cast again, once this band of showers makes its way out of our area, we should be seeing some light cloud coverage making our way through the day on Tuesday. But once we get into Wednesday and through the rest of the week, we should be seeing very clear skies, especially once we get into this weekend. Now again, we are going to be seeing a warm up here for these next 5 days. Tomorrow's high, 72 degrees, almost a 10-degree jump here on Thursday, and those 80-degree temperatures are going to continue as we make our way into this weekend, especially with family weekends. We are going to be seeing a very nice weekend here. As we can see here on the 7-day forecast, 40% chance of showers tomorrow. Again, that high of 72 degrees, but that bump up here once we get into the middle of the week. Saturday and Sunday, highs are going to be in the mid-80s, but once we get into the beginning of next week, that cloud coverage is going to come right back, and we should be seeing highs in the high 80s.
All right, thank you so much for that update, Oliver. And as you were saying, Family Week's coming up this weekend. Do you guys have any plans for Family Weekend?
Well, I'm definitely going to be going to the football game with a bunch of my friends, but I'm also going to be eating a lot of pizza because I'm doing this thing where I eat at every single pizza restaurant in Muncie.
It's definitely unique.
Thank you.
And how about you?
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to be working and cannot be taking that day off, so it looks like I will not be experiencing the fun of Family Weekend.
All right, well, thank you. And now we're going to move over to Vinny for sports updates.
Hey, thanks, guys. Ball State football facing their home opener this season, and we've got the results. Plus, women's volleyball competing in a doubleheader. All that and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. I'm Vinny Martirano with sports. After a 59-10 defeat to the Tennessee Volunteers, Ball State football looking to bounce back in their home opener. The Cardinals facing off against a MAC West opponent in the Broncos of Western Michigan. First quarter, quarterback John Paddock able to find senior receiver Johannes Tyler in the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown pass. Later in the half, graduate kicker Ben Von Gunten able to give the Cardinals a 16-14 lead going into the half. Third quarter, the sophomore standout running back Carson Steele ripping off a long run to set up this pylon-breaking 1-yard rush to get into the end zone. But in the fourth quarter, Western Michigan's Sean Tyler breaks away for a 60-yard touchdown. This would end the game as the Cardinals fall to the Broncos with a final score of 37-30. After the game, head coach Mike New expresses his thoughts on the team's performance.
We're going to learn from the tape here. A lot of positives. We're getting better as a football team. We're not a finished product.
The next home matchup for Ball State will be this Saturday at 2 p.m. against Murray State. And switching things over to the green, Ball State men's golf making the quick turnaround for the Stream Song Invitational. After finishing second in the Uri Yasting-Meyer Invitational, the Cardinals facing off against 14 schools in Bowling Green, Florida. Ball State is led by Joey Wiseman, who's coming off a Mid-American Conference Golfer of the Week honors. The Ball State Cardinals will be wrapping up this tournament tomorrow. Their next matchup will take place next Monday in Cincinnati for the Bearcat Invitational. And taking the clubs over to the women's side, Ball State Golf facing off in Normal, Illinois for the Redbird Invitational. Placing 10th in the tournament, head coach Cameron Andrian admits the youth and inexperience caught up to them last week. Standout performer Kaya Parrott led the Cardinals Sunday and Monday, finishing 8th in the tournament. Parrott climbing 8 spots in her final round, shooting a 73, finishing 1 over par. The team hits the tee box again on Monday, September 19th for the Brittany Kelly Cardinal Classic. The 3-round tournament will be played at the Players Club at Woodland Trails. And switching over to the courts, Ball State women's volleyball facing off against Arkansas State and Alabama last Friday in the Ball State tournament. Starting off with a 3-0 sweep against the Red Wolves, Mary Plitt and Natalie Mitchum leading both teams in kills, scoring 15 each. In their second game on Friday, Ball State defeating the Crimson Tide with a set score of 3-1. Megan Wolanski tops the team with the 34 assists and 15 digs. Ball State women's volleyball plays next this Friday against Northern Kentucky and West Lafayette. And moving from Worthen Arena to the Big Apple, the U.S. Open wrapping up their 2-week tournament this weekend. In the women's final, the #1 overall seed, Iga Swiatek, claiming a 2-0 win against Ons Jabeur. At 21 years old, this is her 3rd Grand Slam title. In the men's final, 19-year-old Carlos Alcaraz defeating Casper Ruud in a 4-set thriller. Alcaraz now becomes the youngest player in tennis history to claim the title of world #1. And guys, this weekend, family weekend game against Murray State. I'm really excited for this. We got a lot of people coming in attendance. It should be a good one.
Yeah, home games are always the best because it's just, you have that feeling of synergy among everybody. It is very exciting.
Yep.
Very excited.
Now, after the break, one of Ball State's most exciting weekends is coming soon. We have the lineup of all the important dates you need to know.
Plus, we'll give you one final look at your weather. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Newslink, Indiana. My name is Julia Henn, and this is your campus coverage. Family Weekend starts in 3 days, and there is something for everyone to enjoy all across Ball State's campus. The Student Center will be hosting plenty of events like concerts, a t-shirt sale, and tours of downtown and campus. Many schools at Ball State will be showcasing what they have worked on so far and providing concerts at Pruis. The weekend rounds out when Saturday, Ball State plays Murray State at 2 p.m. at Schumann Stadium. The team working to organize Family Weekend says this is the time for students to bring their family into what college life is like.
Kind of reconnect if they hadn't had a chance to move. Maybe this is the first time they've seen their family since they moved in early, mid-August. So it's just a good time for parents and families to get together and have a good time.
If you're planning on coming to the weekend festivities and aren't sure where to start, we have a full list of the events at ballstatedaily.com. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my parents are coming to visit this weekend for Family Weekend. What about you guys? I'm so jealous. I wish I could relate.
All right, thank you, Julia. Now let's move over to Oliver for his weather updates.
Well, this weekend is definitely going to be a clear one, but we might be seeing some cloud coverage come back into our area once we get into the beginning of next week. And that high of 88 degrees is definitely going to be a warm one to start next week.
Thank you, Oliver. That's all tonight for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the Newslink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.